Zebka's YouTube channel. And that's where you can find, like, if you miss a lesson or I went too fast on notes, or you just want to recap. Let's say I gave a project and you just want to go over the directions again, you can replay it. I also put it on the stream in Classroom. So that's another place where you can find it. It's pretty accessible there, because if you're already going to be in Google Classroom, you can just go to the stream and watch the video. So if you ever are not in class, you still go to class, you just do it at a different time, okay? And I would rather have you in class with me than to do that, but I guess you got to do what you got to do. All right, so here's the link to that. And then over here is our Google Meet. So you can always just go to the WIP and go to the Google Meet here. It tells you what we're doing this week. So we're going to do some notes, and I'm going to give you a guided note page just to help you take notes so you have something to study for the test and to use on the test. I'm going to show you a little clip with Edpuzzle, and it's about 5 minutes long. And then depending on, it's kind of hard to determine how fast we go through things. So we may continue with genetic notes the next time we meet. And if we get past the genetic notes, then I'll add in on Tuesday the continuation of what else we are going to be doing. Okay, but right now that's kind of where I think we are. I do have office hours Tuesday from 11 to 12. Thursday from 2 to 3, and then Friday from 11 to 12. So if you ever have any questions, concerns, you just want to talk to another human because you feel isolated, always be willing and to reach out anytime. I'm here for you. That's my job. Okay. I do try to keep up on grades. I always like to have you guys know exactly where you are most of the time. So I do like to grade things quickly and to get them in so that you never have to say, well, I turned that assignment in 2 weeks ago. I don't know what my grade is and I don't know what to do. Okay, so hopefully I can grade those things really quick for you. And then you can always have an idea of kind of where you are in the class. I know that's what I would want as a student, and I think you guys would want the same thing. So let me know if I'm wrong, but that's kind of what I think. All right. Tests and pre-tests. Okay, so we always want to make sure, no, today isn't exactly a listening day. It is for like the first 10, 15 minutes, and then we're going to go into the notes, okay? Thank you, Ms. Gray. Okay, so another thing about tests and pre-tests, you have to be on video, okay? That is my way to know that you are the one in the seat taking the test. You are welcome to use any notes that I provide. Google is not part of the note process, okay? So do not use Google. But anything that I've given you, any notes, worksheets, are all free game when it comes to the test, okay? I would usually give a pre-test, but because we're kind of in mid-unit, I'm going to break the unit in half. So the half we did before break, I tested you on through the exam. And the other part of the test, I'm going to give you when we get done with more of the birthing part of the unit we were in. Okay. So I told you about, I stream the videos to my YouTube channel, and also I put them in the stream. We do Google Classroom through pretty much for everything. So when we do a test, you go to Google Classroom, it's on a Google form. I can pretty much tell you your test score immediately after you test because it comes right into me. So if you have to know, I can always email you, very quickly after the test. I try to organize my Google Classroom by week. I just feel that that's kind of a better way to keep you well organized. So you just have to go to whatever week you're in, and that's where you find all the stuff that we've done, okay? Instead of trying to like organize it by like test, subject matter, that kind of thing. So the warm up, let's go to that right now. So the warm up is something, that's okay, Monica, we're just glad you're here. The warm-ups are things we do every time we meet. They take about 2 minutes. I usually do a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and then you basically open up a Google Doc that you've had. I always label it to date. So like the new dates for this new Google Doc would be January 4th through January 15th. That'll be our 2-week time. And each time that we do a warm-up, there are 2 points. points, okay? In class, when we get back in school, there'll be 1 point, so you'll have 5 a week, depending on if we meet 5 days. So they are scored. You are required to do them. It's not something that, you know, if you're gone, be like, oh, you know, I don't have to do that warm up. Well, you do. So that means you have to go either back into Google Classroom and look at the warm up there, go to the video, whichever way you want to do it. But you have to do them. They are required. You do not have to answer correctly. So sometimes I am looking for a concrete answer, but if you don't know what it is, just give me your best guess. I do not want Google involved in this assignment at all, okay? Because you don't have to be right. You don't have to Google it just because you want to be right. Just give me your best guess, okay? I do require that they are incomplete sentences. We are in America, we do speak English, and we need to write English. So you need to make sure you start with a capital, you put a complete thought in there. That also means to have some of the question in your answer, so that when I read your answer, I pretty much know what the question was, okay? And then a period. If you miss any of these variables, you will receive 0 points for that day, okay? So also with warm-ups, I always let you go back. I always let you go back and fix them. So you can always go back. You know, if I say you missed a period here, this isn't in a complete sentence, you can always go back and make those corrections. And then when it comes back to me, I'll just rescore it and then fix it that way. Okay. So that is one assignment that you can actually go in and make adjustments on. Not all assignments are like that, but this one is. And I don't ever take any late points off. So if you turn them in a week late, it doesn't matter to me. They're only 2 points a day anyway. It's not something that I'm going to get all upset about you turning that in late to me. So you will always receive whatever points you have earned with the warm-up at any time. Now, I would prefer you not to turn in the whole gamut of warm-ups that we've done for a full 9 weeks on the last day of our 9 weeks. I don't think you would want me to give you all the work that you've done in the last day of class either. So let's just try to accommodate each other the best way we can by trying to do our assignments when they're due, so that we don't have to worry about this backlash of work, okay? For virtual school, if you turn in late assignments, they are worth 80%, okay? And that is according to what you have earned. So, you know, if the assignment is 20 points and you didn't even complete it, you only got 10, it's 10 points, and then you have to do the 80% on the 10 points you received. So always make sure if you're going to turn in something late to do it 100% all the way through, so that, you know, you get the 20 points, but then the 80, you know, taken off of that. Okay, so just try to remember that. But best thing to do is to start good habits and to get your work in on time. Okay, so you know, I usually do all my work in class, so there really is absolutely no reason why you have to turn in something late. Okay, as long as you're in class, you should do the work and get it turned in. But I usually give you a day's grace, or 2 days, or the next time we meet. So it shouldn't be, you know, that difficult to stay with us and to have your work in and updated, okay? If there's ever an issue, please reach out to me. I can't guarantee that I'm gonna let you slide, but, you know, everybody has their own circumstances and different things come up, and I am a human, and, you know, I'll just take case by case, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start with this warm-up, and I'm going to zip my mouth shut. And you are given 2 minutes, so I'm going to go into Google Classroom, just like you. You can do this too if you want. It's totally up to you how you want to play it. I do have all of the things that I just discussed right here. So when in doubt, check the document and see, you know, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to do it? And your warm-up question is to write, what are 2 examples of genes? So here we go in 3, 2, 1. You have 2 minutes to write on this subject matter.
And also, will you still send the slides that like you used to do to people that need
that was
them?
on my to-do list too. Yes, I will do that right now for those people that need it. Yes, right now.
Because I might use that for the filling out worksheet. Because
Yes,
it might
you
be
will.
easier.
Yep. I'm going to do it right now. Thank you. Two minutes. What are two examples of genes? Okay. This Gray, I heard you, and yes, I will. I'm going to take myself out of the full screen for a second, and then I'll come back. But I'm going to send some things out really quick. So.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, your time is up.
I couldn't fill it out because I had no idea at all.
Okay, well, remember what I said. It's a good educational guess is all that's required, and that you put it in a complete sentence.
So I could say healthy and unhealthy if I don't know anything else.
That's totally up to you, but it's got to be in a complete sentence.
All right.
Okay. All right. And then I just forgot Miss Gray. Okay, here we go.
Sorry, I missed that.
Oh, I just said I forgot to put you in the send you the notes, but I just did it, so we're good.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay. Hold on one second. All right. Okay. Back to reality here. Okay. So in parenting, in Google Classroom, I am going to put in, which it's there, I just have to assign it to you guys. I am going to give you the guided notes. So you need to go into Google Classroom and get those notes and be ready to fill them out as we go. Okay, coming at you right now is the note page. And then I'm going to get ready with my PowerPoint. And I'm not presenting, so I need to do that too. All right. Just double checking attendance here because I've had a couple people come in, come out. And I'm just trying to make sure everybody's accounted for here, so. All right. Good to see you, Jordan. So glad to have you. Kaden, do you need the code still? Is Kaden, do you need the code? All right.
Yes.
Okay, I will get it for you.
I need the code too.
All right. I am going to I will put it in the chat. All right, there it is, you guys. Let me know if you have trouble with that. All right, Hayden and Jordan, did it work okay for you guys?
I got in fine.
All right, let me know if anybody has trouble. You can put it in the chat if you don't want to speak outwardly, but all right, so let's go into our notes and we'll get started. And I got to present. Old habits die hard. Ah. Okay. And then Miss Gray, if you could help monitor that chat, and then let me know if you can't hear me, see me, all the important variables. All right. So here we go. So we're gonna talk. We're leading into genetics. I don't want to go too deep on this. Just kind of touch the surface. Give you some idea of why you might have blue eyes compared to brown or something like that. So we're just going to kind of touch on that. And basically, all your notes should be in order. So you should just have to kind of follow along that way and you should be good to go. Okay, so genetics and heredity are pretty much the same thing. The genetics specifically is the study of the way animals and plants pass on to their offspring. And then heredity are characteristics that a child receives from one or both parents. Okay. One is the study, the other one is the characteristics that get passed. And then I'm going to use a temperature. So I would like, and this is if you're still here because I can't see, so Miss Gray will have to help me, but Jordan and Brooke, if you guys could just put a 1 in the chat when you get the notes done, and then you guys will kind of be my temperature to let me know when I can move on to the next one. Could you do that for me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, thank you so much. So just put a 1 in the chat, and then Miss Gray will let me know when you guys are set.
Brooke's all set.
Okay. Jordan, are you here?
He's all set as well.
Okay. Okay. All right, moving on. So, in your notes, you guys are so savvy with your technology. If you can either get a human cell put into the notes, or if you could go on to drawing and draw it, that would be great. So you have this cell, and so the cell is basically defined as the basic unit of all living matter. And adults, we have over 10 trillion cells, so that's a lot. We have a lot of cells in our body. There's different parts to it. There's the cytoplasm, which is a substance of a cell outside of the nucleus. And you would probably need to jot those definitions down. So just FYI.
Is there any way that you could like post that slide
Yeah.
right there on Classroom?
Yeah, Brooke.
So then we could like screenshot it and
Yeah.
then just put it in.
Yep, I sure can. Yep.
All
Hey,
right.
Brooke,
Thank you.
I sent you the notes. So did you get those on email?
All right. I'll check.
Okay, because that's where that is for you. Okay. So I'll do that after we're done here. So like I said, some of you are so computer savvy, it's like bada boom, bada bing, and you have it in there. But yeah, I can do that too. That's not a problem. All right. So, and then the nucleus, I mean, you've all taken science in some form or fashion, is, that's the center, okay? The center point of the cell. It does contain genetic coding for maintaining life systems, issuing commands for growth and reproduction. So it's an important part of the cell, the nucleus, the center. And then you have chromosomes, which we have 46 total, and you get 23 from each parent. When you are made, 23 chromosomes come from your mom and 23 chromosomes come from your dad. And we also look at those as genes, okay? The brands on chromosomes, and there's just thousands of them, okay? And then part of that is also our DNA. So that's where that all is made up of. And like I said, with Brooke's suggestion, I will get that and get it to you. Okay. I might just put it in as a attachment or what have you in Google Classroom with the notes. So you'll probably see like another little attachment when it comes to your note page, and it'll be below that. So I can do that. All right. So I just need from Brooke and Jordan a 1 in the chat so I know you guys are good to go.
Jordan and Brooke are both all set.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so how many chromosomes are there in each cell? There's 46. Remember, there's 23 from each parent. So you got the egg, the sperm, and then there's 23 from each, which equals 46. Okay, so that would be on your notes. It says how many chromosomes are there in each cell? There's 46 or 23 pairs. How many chromosomes are in the reproductive or germ cells? 23.
For the what characteristics are affected by genetics, did we ever have that in our notes? Like, did it come up yet, or?
Oh, okay. Let's see. It has not, but I can tell you what I would put there would be like eye color, hair color, height, your body build, your intelligence, your gender. So any of those.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, sorry about that. I just glossed over that a little bit. Give me a 1 in the chat, you two. So I know.
It looks like there's a few students that are all set.
Okay, so we're good to go forward then?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, so then we have mitosis and meiosis. Okay, so mitosis is when the cell divides by copying the DNA and it splits, and new cells with normal numbers of chromosomes, so the cell growth and the repair. And then the meiosis is the creation of half the set of chromosomes. So you get, like I said, half from your mom, half from your dad, a combination of 46. So that is the meiosis. And then the blank, it says blank is the union of an ovum and the sperm. And we've talked about this before. So what is the term that goes in that blank? When the sperm and the egg meet, what is that called? It starts with a C. Anyone know? You can put it in the chat if you don't want to speak outwardly, but when the egg and the sperm meet, what is that called? It starts with the letter C. Any takers? Okay, so what you want to put in that blank is conception. When the egg and the sperm meet, that's called conception. Now, what parent determines gender, do you think?
Is it the dad?
Yes. Do you know why?
No, I just know that it's the dad, like his sperm decides.
You are right. Okay. So females, we have in science, females are XX and males are XY. Okay, so remember, you're going to get one gene from your mom and one gene from your dad. So if your dad gives you an X and your mom only has X, you're a female. If your dad gives the Y and the mom can only give the X, that makes a male. So males are XY, females are XX. Okay, I'm going to explain that again. So in science, when we explain females, are classified as XX and males are classified as XY. So a mom can only give the X chromosome, where a male or the dad can either give an X or a Y. So if the mom can only give an X, then the dad is the determining factor because he will either give his X, which will make female, or he will give the Y, which is a male. So the male is the one that determines the sex of the baby. Okay, hopefully that made sense. So that's in the next slide. So,
For the fill in the blank, you said that was conception?
yes, very good.
All right, thank you.
No worries. All right, so that was the question after conception, is what parents determines the gender of the child, and that is the male or the father. And so I tried to show you in this diagram how that will play out. So hopefully that makes sense to you. But that's what would need to go there.
Miss Zapka,
Hi, Tanner.
we are rarely hearing anything about how many chromosomes are there in each cell. This note stuff you're talking about sounds really different.
Okay, look, it's because you're a little behind, but watch. Can you see my screen?
Yeah,
Okay, watch. You see this one? Is that what you need me to give you?
I don't think I ever saw that.
Okay, well, you see it now, so go ahead and fill out your notes. We'll wait for you. I also sent it to you on email as well. So if that helps you a little bit.
Hold on.
You just let me know when you're ready, and I'll move on to the next one.
It's telling us, so for the draw a diagram to illustrate this concept, you said that that's the diagram, the sex chromosomes one?
Yeah, so what I would do, Brooke, is I would just put XX and then space a little bit and put XY.
Mm-hmm.
And then under that, put the different pairs that you could have. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You ready for the next one, bud?
Yeah.
All right, here you go.
Uh, oh. All right.
All right. And what about this one? Did you get the blank, Tanner, where it says blank is the union of ovum and the sperm? Do you need that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look at my screen. And right under baby girl, it says conception. So that's the word that goes in there.
Got it.
Okay. And then where it says which parent determines the gender of the child, you're going to put the father.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm trying to. So the next one is where you're going to have to do like a little diagram where you're on, in the little space I gave you, put XX, space a little bit and put XY, and then show me the combinations. So like, for example, I already said this a couple times, so hopefully a third time's the charm, but the female can only give XX chromosomes and the male can only give XY. So the male determines the sex because if the female can only give an X and the husband gives an X, that is a girl. But if the husband gives a Y and the mom can only give an X, then the child is a boy. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. And then, I just want some kind of a diagram, where you kind of can explain that. Okay. All right, Tanner, is it okay to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoops. All right. So the next one talks about genetics with dominant versus recessive. Okay. So dominant genes are the more powerful and the more powerful traits seen in a person. The recessive gene is weaker and it hides in the background. Trait can only determine when two of them are present. So like, for example, I have red hair. No one else in my family has red hair. So what that means is that the redheaded gene is recessive. So my dad carried a recessive gene. My mom carried a recessive gene. So together I was given both of those genes, which made me have red hair. My sister has blonde hair. My brother has blonde hair. My parents do not have red hair. I'm uno amigo by myself. So that just means their red hair is recessive. Carrier has a recessive gene that is not visible. So if we're talking about eye color, let's say, okay, brown eyes are dominant. So they usually indicate dominance with uppercase letters, okay? They also use lowercase letters to explain recessive characteristics. So if brown eyes are a double B and blue eyes are lowercase b, the only way that a person could get blue eyes is if two recessive genes are blue, okay? Because if brown is in the mix, it's dominant. And even though the mom may carry the blue-eyed recessive, it's not dominant. The only way they could have blue eyes is if both parents gave them the recessive lowercase b, okay? So I have a little video clip that I think explains this pretty well. And, you know, genetics is a really cool thing to investigate. So if this like piques your interest at all, it would be, you know, worth maybe looking into it a little bit more specifically, or maybe taking a class on genetics, because it is pretty cool. But I want to show you this little video clip that I have. It's only 5 minutes. It's not going to be that long. And it just kind of explains this really good. So I wanted to kind of use it. So give me 1 second. I have to do some swapping of what I need to do here so you guys can see it. And then Miss Gray, if you could just give me a temperature on whether you can see it or not and hear it, that always helps. And then remember too that it starts out a little scratchy, but then it kind of corrects itself. So here we go. There are some questions too, so just be willing to participate and I'll just punch in whatever answer you give me. But here it is. I hope you guys can see it and hear it.
I don't see anything or hear anything yet.
Okay, so something went crazy. Okay, hold on. It kicked me out, so let me just try that again. Try it again.
Here it comes.
Okay, are we good?
I don't hear anything yet, but
Oh yeah, I haven't turned it on.
oh, okay.
All right, I'm gonna turn it on right now.
These are all referred to as
Yep,
traits.
you can hear it.
But what determines which traits will be passed down?
That was the same question asked by Austrian monk Gregor Mendel more than 100 years ago, and he decided to find the answer. Working with pea plants, Mendel learned several important rules about heredity. One was that an individual carried two factors, or genes, for each trait, but passed down only one. Another rule was that one of the factors, or genes, was dominant over the other.
Dominant?
That means it has more influence or power over the other. Let's use a simple example to explore these rules. If this black rabbit and white rabbit were to mate, what color do you suppose their offspring would be?
I don't know. Black? Maybe white? How about gray?
No need to guess. To find out, we'll use a simple diagram called a Punnett square. We'll assume there'll be 4 offspring, 1 for each square. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next, we'll put the black rabbit here on the left, and the white rabbit on top. According to the rules discovered by Mendel, we know that each rabbit carries 2 genes that control color. Let's say the black one is purebred for black.
Purebred?
That means both of its genes are black. We'll refer to them as capital F, capital F. F is for fur. The white rabbit is also purebred. That means that both of its genes are white. We'll refer to them as small f, small f.
Which genes will the offspring inherit?
Since the
Okay, so another way that you could say purebred is what? Homogeneous or heterogeneous? Anyone want to venture a guess? Guesses? You only got 2 options. Just guess on one so I can hit it. Homogeneous or heterogeneous?
Is it hetero?
Let's find out. Nope. Homogeneous.
Since the black
Okay.
rabbit carries only 2 black genes, capital F, it can only pass down a black gene to each one of the 4 offspring. Since the white rabbit carries only 2 white genes, small f, it can only pass down a white gene. Each of the 4 offspring end up with both a black gene and a white gene. But each will be black because black is dominant.
What is the genotype of the offspring? Homogeneous dominant, heterogeneous, or homogeneous recessive? Any guesses out there?
Homo recessive.
Oh, hetero. Zygote.
They may look exactly like the black parent, but there is a big difference. These offspring are no longer purebred, but are now called hybrids. They carry both a white gene and a black gene.
What is another word for hybrid? Homogeneous or heterogeneous?
Hetero.
Thank you.
The black trait is dominant, and the white trait is recessive.
Recessive?
That means it's hidden.
Well, what would happen if 2 hybrid rabbits were to mate?
Let's do another diagram using a Punnett square. This offspring will receive a black gene from the parent on the left and a black gene from the parent on top. It will end up capital F, and will be purebred black. This offspring will get a black gene from the parent on the left and a white gene from the parent on top. It will end up.
Okay, so what will the phenotype of this rabbit be? Black or white?
White.
I believe the answer is black. Because you got the dominant F and the little f, and F is dominant, so that's black.
Will end up capital F, but will be black because black is dominant. This offspring will end up with a white gene from the parent on the left and a black gene from the parent on top. It will end up small f, capital F, but will be black because, again, black is dominant. Finally, this offspring will end up with a white gene from the parent on the left and a white gene from the parent on top.
What is the genotype of this offspring? FF.
Heterogeneous.
Homogeneous recessive. Because you got 2 little f's, which makes it white.
What color will it be?
Oh, whoops.
It has only white genes, so it has to be white.
Good. Now, which offspring gets which gene is completely up to chance. All we know for sure is that about 1 in 4 will be white. None of the rabbits will be gray, by the way, because in this example, these traits are not blended. The same rules of inheritance apply to many of the traits found in all plants and animals. If you were to cross hybrid purple corn with hybrid yellow corn, what would be the result?
That would depend on which color is dominant.
Right. And since purple is dominant, the ears would have kernels that are about 75% purple and 25% yellow. 3 to 1.
All right. So hopefully that helped explain things a little bit. It's, I'm a visual learner myself, and so seeing something and then putting it together that way just helps me understand things a little bit better. So just keep that in mind. So if you need notes or anything, that's why I videotape, so that you can always go back and watch the tape. Unless you have accommodations for notes, that's how I will provide you with the notes, is you will need to go back and watch the recording if you need any assistance with notes. Okay, and if you have that accommodation, I've already sent them to you via email. So that's kind of how we're going to play that. All right. So I have one final thing, and then I will talk to you about your Christmas vacation. Is I want to kind of start using this at the end of each thing that we do. It's just going to help me get an idea of where we are, and it's called the Fist of Five. It's coming up here. So in the chat, I need you to give me a number between 1 and 5. Okay, so 5 means I completely understand and I could teach this to somebody else. Or 4, you mostly understand, so like you could show me that you know. 3 is I understand it pretty well. 2 is I need more practice and examples. 1 is I need help, and 0 is I don't understand at all. So in the chat, if you could give me a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, or a 1, and possibly even a 0 of where you are with what we went over today. Okay. So think about it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and put that in the chat for me. And then Miss Gray, if you could just tell me when you think the majority of people have weighed in on that.
It looks like the majority of the people have. Looks like there's lots of 3s and 4s.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So that's kind of how we'll kind of end things each time, just to give me an idea if I need to like go over something a little bit more, or maybe give some more examples. Because if everyone's at a 0, then I did something really wrong. So, and it's okay to be at a 0. I mean, maybe I didn't explain it well, and that does happen sometimes. And as your teacher, I need to know so that I can take the time to figure out how to make you understand or how to explain it better. So, okay, awesome. All right, so is there anybody that had a fantastic Christmas and wants to just tell me a little bit about it? Or what did you do over the holidays?
I worked all weekend.
Oh yeah, where are you working?
Burger King.
Oh, nice. Did you make lots of money, Michael?
No, not really. Only get paid $10 an hour.
Oh, well, that's not bad. I mean, it's better than what I used to make, which was like $6.75 or something like that back in the day. Oh boy. What else did people do? Did anyone? Oh, go ahead, Brooke.
Oh, I was just gonna say inflation, man.
Or old age, whichever, you know.
Yeah. Oh, my grandparents would say, "Oh, you only should be getting paid like $4.50 right now."
Oh, you're funny. Oh boy. Did anyone go out of Michigan for Christmas?
I went to I drove to Detroit on Christmas Day.
Oh my.
And then for New Year's, I went and stayed in Chicago for a few nights.
Did you drive by yourself?
I drove by myself to
Oh
Detroit. And then Chicago, my brother went with me. But yeah, we stayed in the hotel by ourselves and stuff.
Wow, you're getting to be a grown-up.
It's something else. Not fun.
Oh, it can be fun at times. Anybody else go out of Michigan?
No, but I would stay up till like 6 in the morning and then sleep until
Oh, I don't
6
even
in
want
the
to
morning
hear
the
it,
next day.
Caden.
24
Yeah.
hours of sleep, baby.
You're just a wise guy.
No, I sit on my game playing the game for like 3 days straight, and then I sleep for 24 hours.
What is your future career? What do you want to do?
Play my game and sleep.
So are you going to be like a paid gamer or what?
Yeah, YouTube.
Oh, have you got something started already?
Not really.
Too much sleeping going on is what I'm hearing. All right. So, Brooke, I just want to talk to you really quick before everybody, everybody can go. You can stick around too if you need to talk to me about anything. I'm here and I'll stick around for a couple minutes. I just wanted to talk to Brooke really quick. But everyone else, it's great to see you. I'm glad you had a great break, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Right. See ya.
Bye, Tanner.
Bye.
Did you need me to
See
stay
you
for any?
later, Miss Zepka.
Bye. Thank you, Michael. No, I'm good.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. See you soon.
I will see you next hour.
Okay. Okay, Brooke, what were you telling me to do with that slide page?
Oh, I was just gonna say you can just like post the picture of it on Google Classroom, so then we can just save the photo of it and then just like put it in as a file on the doc.
Okay, so if I just like pulled that picture and put it on Google Classroom with the notes, you guys could manipulate it that way?
Yeah, because what I did is I screenshotted it and then I
upload
just
it.
cropped it to like the part
Gotcha.
that I need.
Okay.
And but I was just saying to like cut time and make
Yeah.
it easier on everyone else.
Right. Okay, I will do that.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Yep. We'll see you next time.
Yep, bye.
Bye. Donovan, do you have any questions for me? Okay, I'm going to take that as a no, and okay. See ya. Okay.